Assalamualaikum and good morning. My name is Ashikin Binti Edris, and this is my presentation on maritime security challenges in Eastern Sabah, a case study of ESSCOM operations in the Sulu Celebes Sea. I will present on maritime security challenges in the Sulu Celebes Sea, that is focusing on Eastern Sabah, Malaysia. This region is geopolitically significant due to its proximity to the southern Philippines and its porous maritime borders. These characteristics make it vulnerable to security threats such as piracy, kidnapping, smuggling, and illegal fishing. Understanding these challenges is crucial for developing effective policies and regional cooperation. And next is the research objectives. In this study, we have three main objectives. First objective is to analyze the effectiveness of current maritime security frameworks in managing transnational threats in this tri-border area. Second is to evaluate the role of technological advancements in improving surveillance and interdiction capabilities. Third is to propose policy recommendations to enhance multilateral cooperation among Malaysia, the Philippines, and Indonesia, promoting sustainable maritime security. And the third is the methodology that is used in this research. To achieve these objectives, a qualitative approach was adopted using a systematic literature review covering sources from 2000 to 2025. Data that came from peer-reviewed articles, conference papers, and official reports. There are also software that is used for this paper, which is Vivo software. It was used for thematic analysis, focusing on cross-border crimes, terrorism, piracy, illegal fishing, and socio-economic impacts. This method allowed us to interpret the interconnected challenges without relying on statistical modeling. Next is the current maritime security frameworks. Eastern Sabah security is coordinated through the Eastern Sabah Security Command, which is established after the Lahad Datu incursion that happened in 2013. The trilateral cooperative arrangement that formalized in 2016 facilitates joint patrols and intelligence sharing among Malaysia, the Philippines, and Indonesia. Operations like Maharlika III and Perfect Storm demonstrate interception efforts. However, persistent gaps remain due to limited enforcement in remote waters, resource constraints, and challenges from COVID-19. Next is the technology and surveillance. Technology has strengthened maritime surveillance. ESSCOM uses satellite imagery and AIs to monitor illegal, unreported, and unregulated fishing, which cost Malaysia around $1.4 billion in 2019. Drones, radars, UAVs, and Global Fishing Watch enable real-time tracking and reduce anonymity in archipelagic waters. Challenges include high costs, limited identification accuracy, and integration difficulties across tri-border jurisdictions. Next is the policy recommendations. The experts recommend on enhancing TCA through joint exercises, intelligence fusion centers, and technology integration like AI-driven surveillance and drones. Socioeconomic drivers of crime such as poverty and shadow economies need addressing. Strengthening agencies like ESSCOM and assisting stateless communities can improve enforcement. Multinational cooperation through C4ISR systems is essential for sustainable maritime security. And next is the findings, which is on the threats overview. The Sulu Celebes Sea faces interlinked threats, which is porous borders allow piracy, terrorism, and human arms trafficking. Economic sectors like tourism and fisheries are really affected, and it also shadow economies flourish. The militant groups like Abu Sayyaf continue to exploit these gaps, aided by historical and social ties across borders, which seems to be very challenging until today. And next is the findings that involve in institutional responses. ESSCOM and TCA has shown progress in coordination with operations like Maharlika Tet and Perfect Storm that exemplifying interception efforts. Despite this, effectiveness is limited by resource constraints, overlapping jurisdiction, and occasional local complicity that leave ungoverned spaces like post-ISIS militants exploit, which is really unfortunate. And next is the discussion, integrated approach that is needed. The findings that highlight the need for integrated tech-enhanced strategies, satellite-based vessel tracking, anomaly detection, and real-time data sharing are key. Interagency coordination and harmonized regulation can close loopholes. Socio-economic development for coastal communities, including sustainable fisheries and tourism resilience, addresses the root causes. ASEAN must turn counter-terrorism pledges into actionable multilateral frameworks, while Malaysia could expand ESSCOM mandate to include economic intelligence. And this seems to be really important step on approaching towards threats that took place in the maritime. In conclusion, maritime threats in the Sulu Celebes seas are deeply interconnected and cannot be managed by single measures, which is true, because by having it, because Sulu Celebes involve dry border, and that will not be solved by only having single measures. While ESSCOM and TCA show progress, gaps still remain. Holistic strategies that integrate technological innovation, regional cooperation, and socio-economic development are really essential. These efforts can transform the Triboda region into a resilient maritime hub, securing economic stability, environmental sustainability, and long-term prosperity for Southeast Asia. That's all. Thank you.